2, energy systems. There's 3 types of energy systems. The first energy system is ATP PC, the phosphocreatine system. It's a system that utilizes the greatest power source. It uses carbohydrates to produce energy, and it's an anaerobic system. We usually use this system in sports like football, short sprints like a 100 or 200 meter dash. And we can train this system by doing interval training. So maybe doing a workout that consists of sprinting 40 yards, walking back to the start, and sprinting again. The target ratio is probably 1-to-4 work to rest ratio. We can enhance the system by taking creatine. Creatine is naturally occurring in our body, and as we rest, the phosphocreatine replenishes the system to produce ADP. Obviously, if creatine is producing naturally in our bodies with a healthy diet, my personal opinion is we don't need to take it. The second energy system is the anaerobic glycolysis system. It is also an anaerobic system, and it also uses carbohydrates and replenishes as we rest. This system utilizes lactic acid. Lactic acid occurs after 30 seconds to 2 or 3 minutes in our body using this system. And this system is the one most at work when we are in an environment with no oxygen, such as when you're underwater and you're trying to swim to the surface to get air. Sports that utilize this system are sports like basketball and soccer, where you need to have bursts of energy and continuously work your heart. The target heart rate is somewhere between 70 and 85%, and the way we can train the system is also with interval training. We try to increase our anaerobic threshold by doing things like getting on a field, sprinting the corners and jogging the straightaways, or working up our heart rate with a stride pace, and then doing a rest phase somewhere in the 70 to 85% of the maximum heart rate. The aid that can enhance this system is sodium bicarbonate or baking soda, and it doesn't seem to be a very good way to enhance the system. The last system is an aerobic system, and it utilizes the aerobic glycolysis system, Krebs cycle, and electronic transport system. This is a system that requires oxygen. Oxygen inhibits the lactic acid in our body, so we're able to produce more energy for a longer period of time. Sports that utilize this system are cross country and cycling. We can train this system by increasing our VO2 max. We want to do activities that are light to moderate, so jogging a really long pace, maybe a mile or more, getting on a bike or swimming will increase our VO2 max. Ways we can enhance this system are through EPOs. Obviously, because oxygen is really involved in this system, if we can increase the red blood cell count with anemia drugs such as EPOs, we can increase the system. We can also do the same thing with blood doping, taking out blood weeks before a competition and injecting it. These two methods are really popular in cycling as a way to cheat. And the last way to enhance the system is caffeine, so drink a cup of coffee. I think the knowledge of these systems will enhance my coaching and teaching, because if we can focus on the target energy that we're trying to train in our sport, our athletes will have an increase in that energy system. Obviously, each sport is unique, and a sport like football is predominantly using the ATP PC system, but we also need to train the uh, glycolysis system, because if you're accelerating really fast on one play and you're playing a team that runs a no huddle offense, you're going to be on the field for minutes at a time, and you need to have a high stamina during that full time you're on the field. Sports like basketball and soccer utilize all the systems, not just the there's a primary system at work, but every system comes into play at some point. So even though maybe the primary system of soccer is the glycolysis system, they're at some points using the ATP PC system. If they're really trying to explode to get a ball, they're using the aerobic system throughout the game. And we need to develop all those systems, but the knowledge of this can help us to pinpoint which system we're trying to enhance and focus on how we can do that.